This is the Effing One Podcast, Australia's only Formula One podcast with Adam and Luke.
G'day and welcome to Effing One Podcast. It's Australia's only dedicated, mildly amusing and hastily thought out Formula One podcast. As we look at the Abu Dhabi GP, it's the last race of the 2019 season. A little tear in the eye and some thunder in the background.
Yep.
Right on cue.
We are in the tropics. The dark clouds of the off-season are here. Here comes depression.
Someone's not happy that this is our last podcast, Luke.
Yep. Some would say God.
Yeah.
Others would say a cold front going into a high-pressure system. That's what I'd go with.
Probably more likely. A race that had a tough act to follow after Brazil gave us the first Honda Engine 1-2 for almost 30 years, 2 debut podiums, Ferrari Civil War, and a shitload of overtaking. Abu Dhabi gave us a handful of sand in our DAX. That's going to take weeks to wash away. That's about it, really. Not the fireworks that we were liking, that we expected, or we deserved. But that's what you get when you accept oil money in a paper bag. You get a race in the sand, and it's normally boring. That's the way it goes. The championship, the construction title, they're all decided. But there are storylines to play out within this. Stories within stories. So, tell us more about it. We have to ask this man, Luke. He's going to hold our hand, and consensually, we are about to dive headfirst, pants down, into the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Luke, salam alaikum, my friend.
Thank you, my queen. The season has ended.
It's all over.
Abu Dhabi has been run and done. And all I want for Christmas is an F1 race. Maybe a blowjob. This year has been quite a year. We've increased our numbers, thanks to all of you that are listening.
Have we?
Yes. Yes, we've doubled our numbers.
Really?
Yeah, from 2 to 4.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. You've been listening twice.
I have.
They've been listening to our complete absurdity for the last 2 seasons. Next year, we'll plan to be a bit more organised. We will get drivers next year, even if they are poorly impersonated.
Yeah.
We're going to make this happen. We're going to get some phone numbers.
Yep.
And we'll probably share it with you guys as well, their phone numbers, so you can call them and
harass them.
Talk. Yeah. I think it's important to get the fans on board.
Absolutely.
To get them in the ears of the drivers and tell them what they think of them.
Yep. So we'll have other drivers besides Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen?
I'll get every single one of them.
Every single one?
Yep.
Okay, because we've got 2 that are locked in for today's podcast.
Yes.
We've got Kimi, we've got Sebastian, but you're saying next year we'll have all the drivers?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just going to, even if it's one word,
No.
I'm going to get every single one of them.
Perfect.
I don't know how, but I'll do it anyway. The highlight this year, probably our accreditation for the Australian Grand Prix. Sure, they gave you a paddock pass, but you sure can suck a dick better than the average Joe.
Sure can.
Apparently, I neglected the balls. That was my...
Don't neglect the balls, buddy.
I was left with an inferior pass.
Caress the plums.
See, I didn't know that. But we got that access. And the people we met next year, I will fondle the fuck out of those balls to get into that paddock.
Yes, you
We'll
will.
have tuxedo shirts, Red Effing One podcast shirts, hats, Narang Grand Prix merchandise, and Sunday tuxedos. That's the plan. We'll make it happen. And you'll all be coming along for the ride. So the low points, what are the low points?
Was there many low points?
There was a couple. And no, it's not just the French Grand Prix. The passing of the late, great Niki Lauda. The sad weekend in Spa with the loss of F1 prospect Antoine Hubert. And the unfortunate training accident that took the life of our dear friend and F1 podcast mascot, Speckle Jim.
Oh, God, it's still so fresh. Speckle Jim.
Rest in peace. But the positives, the racing was fantastic this year. And just as we pack up and close out next year, 2020, the pack will be nice and close.
Yep.
It will be the tightest championship we've had in the turbo hybrid area before they go change the rules.
Yep.
But we know I'm not that great at predictions, but that thing, I know it will be close next year.
Yep.
To you, Adam, thank you for sacrificing your time with your family to be here to record this podcast.
Trust me, it's no sacrifice, my friend.
Pete for doing fuck all. And Mum for providing a feast to every podcast.
Mrs. Luke, you treasure of a woman.
Yep.
What an angel from, I don't know where, from what star did you fall? I don't know, but you're a sweet, sweet lady. And we thank you, Mrs. Luke, for downloading this podcast twice as much as you did the previous year. Thank you.
And next year, we might get her on the blower.
We did get her on the blower this year.
No, but next year, she'll be back on the streets of the Gold Coast.
Of course.
Back on the streets.
She's back.
Turn the red light on.
Yep.
We'll get her for an interview.
Yep. Maybe we could get her to come and sit with us and actually, I know she doesn't like coming to your house
No.
because you always make her clean up.
Well, she has to clean up after herself.
Yeah.
I'm not here to take care of her.
Yeah.
It's not my job. That's her job.
No, it's fair enough. It's fair enough. But 3 chairs could easily sit around this table, Luke, and
They could.
You know, she brings a lot of knowledge, Formula One knowledge.
Does she?
Probably not.
No, not at all.
Not really. No. So yes,
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
What do you want to know about it?
Well,
Did you watch it?
I watched it
Well done.
and it was kind of dull.
It did get a bit dull.
Got a bit dull.
Got a little bit interesting towards the end as everyone's tyre strategy started to play out. And
Yep.
people started going backwards on one-stoppers and people two-stoppers started going forwards.
I enjoyed the McLaren Renault tussle. That was kind of, they were just all 4 of those cars were just in amongst themselves doing their own thing there for a little bit
Yep.
until it faded. But
Chuck a Toro Rosso in there.
Chuck a Toro Rosso in
Chuck
there?
a Racing Point in there with Sergio Perez.
Yep.
Not so much last Stroll. He made contact on the first lap, but the winner, Lewis Hamilton, to Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc, that was your top 3.
Yep.
Valtteri Bottas went from dead last to P4.
Impressive.
Very good drive. He's got a pretty good car, so he should be able to do it. But free practice 2, Bottas had a little bit of a coming together with our whinging Frenchman, the Romain Grosjean, on. And Romain had a right reason to whinge
Yeah.
for once.
Didn't he? What was Bottas thinking?
A late dive, I think he was trying to emulate a Daniel Ricciardo. Someone had put a bet, say, can you do a Daniel Ricciardo on someone this weekend? Because he knew he was going to be starting last. And he tried doing free practice 2, which meant fuck all for anyone. Caused damage to Grosjean, more so Grosjean's car and Haas.
Yeah. Not really the best time to throw in a sweet overtaking move, risking everything, putting it all on the line in free practice. That's a race thing, isn't it? That's the last. That kind of move was like a 2 laps from the end of the race kind of maneuver.
Wasn't free for Haas. That would have cost him a bit. I think they damaged the floor. And that's expensive.
Yeah.
It's an expensive floor.
And they haven't got much cash.
No.
Mercedes, no problem.
Oh, yeah, Mercedes would chuck a whole
But
new
Haas,
car together.
phew.
Perez made the best move of his career on Lando Norris towards, I think it was the second last or last lap of the
Yep.
race. And the last Grand Prix of the year is like a mess around. It's like the last day of school. Everyone
Yes.
just kind of plays up. And
School's out for summer.
Lando Norris stole Daniel Ricciardo's hat and then threw it into the crowd.
Oh,
Such a jinxter.
those two together, aren't they?
I am hoping for some paddock pranks.
Hijinks,
Yep.
paddock shenanigans.
Lando, if you're listening, let us know. I'll come in.
Is Lando the next Dan?
He wishes.
The pranks, when I'm referring to pranks.
Oh, right. Pranks, that's
Because
fine.
Dan is the prank master. But
Well,
Lando, he's learning.
He is.
He's a quick learner.
He does have personality.
He's got some spunk.
Yeah, he does. He has a lot of spunk.
Yeah. He's got attitude. I like it.
And it's I'm looking forward to it. At least we'll have 2 people in the paddock with personalities. And I
Two
think he's
interesting
rubbing off. He's rubbing off on Carlos
Spunk
Sainz.
rubbing off. Take it easy, Luke.
I'm
Take
a bit excited.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about F1.
Okay.
Yes, I'm very
Good.
excited. I can't help that.
That's what we need. This Formula One needs more
Excitement.
excitement. It needs more Dans. Needs more Norrises. It needs less Sebastian Vettel. It needs less Max boring Verstappen. He does bring something else. He brings fast racing and he's edgy. But get rid of the boring people from the... That's all I'm saying. Get rid of the boring people from the paddock.
Boring and whinging.
Yes. Be fast. That's fine. If you're whinging, forgiven if you're fast. But if you're a whinger and you're not fast or interesting,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't try and force entertainment. Let it become natural. Be natural and just, trip someone over. I want to
Yep.
see someone trip Lewis Hamilton over.
Yep.
I want to see someone,
Absolutely.
Dak
Yes.
someone.
Wedgie.
Yeah, go up to
Wet Willy.
Sebastian Vettel, quickly dack his pants down. See what he's wearing underneath.
Maybe get a bonus point for that.
Yeah.
Fuck the bonus point for the fastest lap. You get a bonus
No.
point for the wedgie. As they're getting into the car.
That's
and
it.
it's almost too late to unwedge.
Chuck a dead fish in someone's car.
Perfect.
Chuck it in the driver's seat.
Perfect.
Just go up and shake his hand, quickly shove.
And with the heat of that car,
Oh, in Singapore. That'd be a nice feed, actually.
I'll be
Like
perfect.
a street vendor.
Oh, it'd be lovely, actually, wouldn't it? Be slightly smoked.
With swamp ass.
Yeah, by lap
Marinade.
10. Lap 10, swamp ass and smoke ass. Delicious.
Ooh, you can taste that. What fish was most popular in Singapore? It doesn't have polluted rivers.
Oh, it's pretty polluted. Haddock.
Haddock. Ooh.
That's a British fish, isn't
We'll
it?
call it paddock haddock.
Paddock haddock. That in a Formula One car during the Singapore Grand Prix, lap 10, you've got a lovely little feast.
Do you reckon we could get some kind of stall in Melbourne and that we just sell, Australian foods
Street food?
and get them to try it and we film it and we make sort of a joke about it?
Yeah.
Come and get your Aussie pies. Get your Lamingtons.
Yep.
Those kind of
I
things.
like that. I like that.
So you go to eat this
Yep.
while you're qualifying.
That's a great
the only
idea.
catch.
Yes. Got to eat a Lamington while you qualify. Gee, that's genius. Hot Luxor. Spicy hot Luxor on the old plums. Oof, that
Just
burn.
a straw.
Just a...
Suck it up.
Yeah.
It's like a thick straw. You've got to get everything in there,
Yeah.
including the little bits of meat.
Gee, that's genius, Luke. Absolute genius.
It's just stuff we haven't even fucking written down.
Ideas. We are an ideas factory.
We are.
This podcast.
We're pumping them out.
That.
They're not all winners, but
No.
not every driver's an F1 winner.
No, if you throw enough mud, something will stick.
Yeah.
You know?
Shit.
Shit will stick. If you
Fuck
throw
the
enough,
mud.
Yeah, we have a lot of bad ideas, Luke.
Hmm.
99% of them are bad.
At
Occasionally. And then, Liberty Media pick up on that. They've already stolen some of our ideas.
least. Yeah, Burnout Challenge in LA.
Thank you.
I've got
Challenge.
Burnouts in Abu Dhabi.
Where'd we hear that first?
Hey, your old pals.
Luke and Adam, FE1 Podcast.
That's right.
Any other ideas they stole? Was that it?
Oh, there's more coming in the pipeline, I can tell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the eating the native dish of that country on your lap while you
Pretty
qualify.
sure Zandvoort will have a nude section. It's Dutch.
The
They're going to
Dutch.
steal it. It's fucking Dutch.
Fucking Dutch.
You hate the Dutch. See?
Luke.
Even God and the Thor.
There's two things I hate in the world, Luke. Racism and the Dutch.
All right, so
Big podcast. Big pod. Oh, did you want
what's
to talk
happening?
about-
No. You
Look,
need to tell me what's
so
happening
I'm just,
because
getting, just excited.
I haven't written anything down.
It's a full small go. I'm excited. I want to get
I've
off
had
my
a
jet.
week and a half and I haven't done anything.
Huge. A lot to get through today. We've got the 4-time world champion, Sebastian Vettel, on the podcast. High five. Yes! Sebastian Vettel is here. He's agreed to it again. And he's also agreed to join us next year for 2020.
Oh,
It's in his contract, in his Ferrari contract.
Jesus. I thought he was going to retire.
Now, well, that's what we thought. There was talk about that, wasn't there? Apparently, it's not happening. We're going to hand out some awards. We've got some wonderful awards. For example, we've got the normal awards, the FE1 Podcast Awards, and a rich array of awards celebrating the unusual side of Formula One. We'll let you know how that goes in a sec. Also, the Turd Championship, the reverse championship, where the worst drivers of the race get celebrated with negative points. Negative 25, negative 12. Is that
18, 15,
Oh,
12,
8,
10,
My bad.
8, 6,
18,
4,
15. Yes,
2, 1.
In that order. Thank you, Luke, for
welcome.
clearing that up for me. We are also going to do the head-to-head. Who won the head-to-head? The inter-team championship. Figure out how that went. And the tipping championship between you and I, Luke. Who is the tipster champion of the world for 2019? Who picked the most correct inter-club picks? Oh, you look excited. A bit of a comeback. Oh, geez. I'm a little bit worried. Because I had a huge lead there.
You did. Some would say insurmountable until...
Oh, God, this is weird. God, I hope I didn't lose. We're also going to have a new award we're going to hand out in 2020.
Oh.
We might throw this, you don't realise this, but we might throw the award in today. So get thinking. Whingiest driver of the race, Luke. Who was on the blower, on the radio to the team wall, whinging the most?
Would Pete be able to whittle up a Lewis Hamilton with tears coming out of his eyes in a whingy cry face?
On the cross.
On the G.
Let's have him on the cross as well. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's... Pete, Producer Pete, do you have time to whittle Hamilton on the cross crying in oak?
Oak?
Do we have any oak?
Got a little bit of oak left.
He's got a bit of oak left?
Yeah.
Yeah, that bit there.
The Whinger of the Year award.
Could you... Yep, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
He said he has said by
His
the
tiny thumbs.
end of tiny, he could hardly
Yeah, it takes him forever to text because of his tiny thumbs.
pulling up his pants. It's a nightmare. But by the end of this podcast, we will have a Wingiest award whittled by producer Peter.
Freshly whittled.
Freshly
You
whittled.
wouldn't want it any other way.
No, absolutely
Pull
not.
out all the stops in this podcast.
I
welcome.
think, look, I think there's heaps of other stuff there as well. We're going to check up on the big race for 2021, the proposed race in Nerang, the Monaco of the Gold Coast, the Nerang GP. A bit of an update there, and talk to Sebastian, Kimi Raikkonen. Good time to mention, Luke, before we get into anything else, as is tradition at F1 Podcast, we have to wear the native costumes of the country of the featured race,
Yes, we do.
don't we?
Yeah.
It's a tradition now.
I know that.
A 2-year tradition, every podcast, we get dressed up. Which for a podcast makes complete sense.
Oh, yeah.
It would seem weird if you didn't.
I see you still in that mankini from the previous Brazilian Grand
Very
Prix.
comfy, Luke. It
You
just
got
hit
something poking out the side there. Have you had the snip yet?
cut lunch.
When do you do that?
No, I can't. Not with not wearing this thing. The doctor said I shouldn't. I have to wait till I'm out of the
Are you
mankini
going to put some swimmers in the freezer?
and some pockets.
Just for your phone.
Yeah. I'm going to put a pocket right at the front.
It's like a lederhosen pocket. It'll make your bulge look a little bit bigger if you put it there.
That's the idea. This podcast, Luke, has a very rich history of demonstrating sensitivity, Luke. We demonstrate sensitivity
rich
towards
anything.
cultural differences, Luke. We have been voted the most culturally sensitive podcast.
Insensitive.
No, sensitive.
Oh.
Didn't you see the award we got?
No.
Okay. I'll show it to you later. On top of everything else,
Is it in your front pocket?
no. No, it's not.
I don't want to see that
No.
award.
So today we are digging pretty deep. Pretty deep.
Conceit. Sounds deep.
We have got, let me just find out. Here it is. Here's your outfit. Put it on. Put this on right now.
Oh, shit.
All right? All righty. Here we go. We are wearing typical Emirati dress, cultural Emirati dress from the Emirates. You have the white headscarf or the gotra with the black rope, the aghal, to
What's
keep
that
it in
again?
place. The aghal.
Okay.
And then moving down on your person, you've got the kandora. It's the long white cloak, long sleeves, the tassels from the neckline. Then on
I do
the
like the tassels.
top, you've got the bisht, a beige see-through garment with golden embroidery worn for special occasions like weddings, business meetings, wife stonings, that kind of, the big things in Emirati culture.
I am a massive fan of wife stonings
Yeah, well,
because they're never mine. So
that's true. And it's never your fault.
you had your chance.
It's your fault. I cheated on you. Your fault.
Yeah, that's right.
She was hot. That's your fault.
She was hotter than you.
Speaking of which, my outfit is very exciting. Producer Pete has put me in
Tell me more.
Lovely. Guess what? I'm back.
Wearing something feminine.
Back in a lady's outfit. I am the only one that has the legs to pull this outfit off.
Bullshit.
So if you've seen my legs in this dress,
Right now, I know you're lying.
I would
so this
show you
whole
my
podcast is a fraud.
I would show you my legs in this outfit, but I fear I'd be stoned.
You would be. I've got stones right here, ready to chuck at you.
I am wearing the full black burqa, covering me from head to toe, the way a woman should enjoy the world, from the comfort of her own black bag. All you can see is my eyes, but I'm the kind of gal that you can't suppress. Even with my eyes showing, I can still look at you like a dirty whore. What? Look at me. The way I look at you right now.
Culturally sensitive
Look at the
to
way I look-
culturally insensitive.
What are my eyes telling you? Okay, all you can see are my eyes, yeah? I'm in the black bag, the burqa, the traditional Emirati outfit.
What are your eyes saying?
You have to tell me what my...
Your eyes? What I tell you?
Okay, go.
I'm slightly aroused.
That's right.
I can see.
That's right.
Pitching a tent under
This-
your dress there.
This girl knows how to have fun in a plastic bag or a paper bag.
Paper.
My slutty eyes. They're my slutty eyes.
Yeah, I could tell.
So check us out on Instagram. The photos, very, very nice, culturally sensitive. The native dress of the Emirates. So that wraps up that. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, so where were we? Where were we? I'm sorry.
That's right. Just
I
lift up
digress.
your headdress a bit. I can't hear you through the mic.
I'll give you those eyes again.
Oh, calm down. You're so aggressive.
Fastest lap of the race?
Fastest lap of the race went to Lewis, the douche canoe, Hamilton with 1 minute 39.283.
He pretty much drove a solo. Sorry, I can't talk out of this bag. I'm just going to take off the headpiece. Is that all right if I do that?
No.
All right. I'm just going to do the whole podcast so you can see my eyes.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
okay?
all I want to see.
Fine. He pretty much just was on a solo. It was just him, wasn't it? It was like 18 seconds in front of everybody else
Yeah.
the whole time.
It was a cruisy win.
Very cruisy.
I didn't hear him complaining for once, which
No.
was odd. Normally when he wins races, he complains.
Yep.
That, oh, no, you've got me on the wrong strategy. I wouldn't have pitted now. I would have gone on a different tyre. I still won the race. Oh, thanks. You guys did a great job. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. An amazing ability to whinge at any occasion, especially when doing so well in a race.
Do you hear George Russell whinging? In the shittest car.
Good point, Luke.
In the championship winning car, the 6-time world champion continues to whinge.
If anyone deserves to be able to whinge, it's George Russell.
And Robert Kubica's got one hand.
Exactly. He could be whinging about
He's
that.
wiping with one hand. No alternate
He
strategy.
has to eat and wipe with the same hand.
Yeah, you can't wipe with
And
the other
drive.
one. You'll probably stick a finger up there if you use
wouldn't
the other
know.
hand.
You wouldn't know.
Huh.
Oh, God. Clumsy.
Yeah,
Can someone clean this? Yeah.
he's got a finger specialist
Yeah.
just to
He's got
clean
a finger
that shit
wiper.
off.
Yeah.
Which that person be out of a job next year. At Williams anyway.
Sad cutbacks.
Where's he going to go? What endurance championship?
Formula E.
Oh
They
god.
take all the old washouts, don't they?
Formula E. It's like bumper cars with with no sound.
It's a bit weird. I want to get into it. I want to love it, but I just don't.
There's some good talent there. And there's some talent that should still be in F1, like Jean-Eric Verne.
Oh,
he should
absolutely.
still be in F1.
Absolutely.
Give Mitch Evans a crack as well. Can't do worse than Brendan Hartley.
So many good
Stoffel
drivers.
Van Dorn. He got pants by Alonso, but it's fucking Alonso.
The problem is there's nowhere else to go.
No, there
You
isn't.
go F3, F2, Formula 1. If you can't get to Formula 1, if you're in F2, you go to Formula E. If you're washed up at F1, you got nowhere else to go.
World Endurance Championship. Hang out with Brendan at Toyota.
Yeah, but no one pays any attention to that.
No.
That's the shame.
Only check it out when Le Mans comes around and everyone's interested.
Right. One race of the year.
Oh.
We need to hand out some awards, Luke.
We do?
Yes. Shall we start with the highly treasured, highly respected Formula One War Award, the Green Award, the least carbon footprint award for
So-
keeping the environment?
A driver or team that has maybe retired early, or a team has retired early to save some fuel, to lower their carbon footprint, thinking about the environment, forward thinking.
Very important.
It's very important in today's society for us to show F1 still has that side to them.
Yep.
And the Green Award goes to Lance Stroll for did not finish
Yep.
his DNF. I think it was 10 laps. He saved fuel. It's a lot of fuel.
Yeah.
10 laps. Probably could have retired early.
He's one of those drivers that I just don't notice, though.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Just don't notice him when he's driving.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Before we hand out any other awards, I'll just let you know fastest pit stop was Red Bull Racing with a 2.06 seconds.
Holy hell bags.
They're
Is that a world record
consistently quick. No, the 1.8 second
from
they did.
previous week
Yeah.
at Brazil?
Fastest lap, we already said, Lewis. Driver of the day was on his
Lewis.
final Grand Prix. Nico
Robert Kubica.
Hülkenberg.
Nico Hulkenberg.
Nico, third time's a charm.
Nico.
Nico got driver of the day.
Doing what?
He came 12th.
Yeah. Nice one, Renault. You came 12th. Well done.
It's 12th.
Give him a round of applause.
So it's a pity award. That's what they've given him. A pity award. Remember Sebastian didn't even finish the race and they got driver of the day?
Yeah. Max wins it every week and he Doesn't
Yeah.
do anything.
No, he's a dickhead.
Just because he's Dutch. He wins it because he's Dutch.
Yeah, there's a lot of Dutch people with
Two
spare
things I
mobile
don't
phones.
like in the world, Luke. Two
What's
things.
that?
Racism and the Dutch.
Really?
Hmm.
But the thing about you know about the Dutch is they always have two phones. They got their normal phone, and they got their drug phone. That's why they're voting twice.
Right.
Hmm.
That's so
They're
true.
all dealers.
Correct.
I don't know why they're all dealers.
But it does make sense that they would be.
Yeah.
If you're going to turn up to a race and support Max Verstappen in an orange shirt for
Need to be.
6 hours, you need to be high.
Just a little bit high.
Yeah.
Let's get a little bit high.
So you want to get high?
Don't forget to bring a towel.
The UGE Day Award, Luke, the biggest waste of time award. Who won that?
Well, there's a lot of people that waste my time every week. But in F1, for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, there's so many to choose from.
Lance, just for showing up, having a rich dad who bought a team for him.
Yep, he was a waste of time. Haas, they're a waste of
They're a
time.
waste of time.
I'm
They promise so much. Every year, at the start of the year, they promise everything.
going to give it to Kimi Räikkönen.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
what did he do?
He didn't do anything.
And why turn up?
Why bother?
He didn't want to,
Nah.
so
He
don't.
doesn't want to drive Formula One cars.
No,
He just wants to drink vodka.
he wants to drive, hopefully race, and do nothing else. Not talk to anyone, not see anyone.
Yep.
Just go up, rock up, piss off.
Sorry, mate, that's not how modern Formula One works. Got to pull your weight. PR. Personality.
Yeah.
That's what sells Formula One.
The only way you're going to get personality is if you talk to us.
Correct.
It's the only way you'll get one. We'll give you a personality transplant.
That's
Maybe
right.
we could take that into the paddock. Personality transplant.
Put us up, put your brain and my brain into Kimi Räikkönen.
Why'd you
we,
point to your dick?
We cut it down the middle.
You said my brain and your brain.
That's my brain. I mean, that's how I think first, and
Ah,
then
yes.
later on, messages go to the top dick brain, top dick brain. Anyway, imagine our brains in his head. Hey, imagine that the talent of driving
Slightly slower
and
driver.
the personality.
Oh, the personality, yes. If it was just personality, if it's
Yeah.
the rest of the brain,
No,
probably wouldn't be that quick.
no, there'd be a lot of masturbating in that car, I reckon. If our brains were
There's
in
the
his
lights
head.
are going out,
Yeah,
hammering away.
yeah. Kimmy, what's the problem?
I got jizz on the steering wheel.
Oh, it's so warm in here. I'm just gonna unload just once. Yeah, we go. That's the Luke side of my brain.
Something like that.
Yeah, as soon as he stops, go again.
There we go.
Not waste time.
Sorry.
Got the Pasta Maldonado Award.
Yes, for dangerous driving.
Pasta. Well, there's really only one person who was a little bit stupid, but it wasn't in the race. Like Lance Stroll hit Pierre Gasly. Gasly said, "What the fuck?" They bleeped that out. Just if you
Kibby
didn't
out.
know, he actually said "fuck." We've got our good friend. Well, I can't say he's a good friend. I can't say he's a friend. I can't say he's good. But it was Valtteri Bottas
Valtteri.
for his free practice 2
Yeah.
dive bomb, kamikaze, finish missile.
What was he thinking?
Yeah. He's tried to rape, pillage, and plunder into the corner in free practice 2 against Romain Grosjean and hit him solidly,
Yeah.
stupidly.
What a retard. My God.
You don't go full retard. And what did Valtteri do? Full retard.
Speaking of boring personalities that they need to ditch, is Valtteri Bottas the most boring person on the Formula One grid? It's hard to beat him.
I don't know. When
I'd-
when he said "fuck you," that was pretty good.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like he just did that so he didn't think he was so boring. He said it once. He grew a beard. That's his highlight for his personality year. This is the most personality he's ever shown in a year, and all he did was say "fuck you" once and grow a beard. Sorry, that's not cutting
Not
it.
enough?
Not enough.
I see
Not
your
a-
point.
He's in my top 3 most boring drivers.
Yep. Who's the other ones? It'd be remiss of me not to ask.
Lance.
Lance.
I think Lance Stroll. Lance. He'd be in there. I hate to say it, but I think Kubica, the one-handed bandit. If it wasn't for that dodgy hand, he's downright the most boring. But there is a bit of interest
Okay.
with that arm that he can't put inside the cockpit. That's always out and in the birdie position,
Flipping the bird.
flipping the bird.
Yeah.
That's
He's insulted many cultures every lap of his Grand Prix return.
yeah.
And I didn't find it insulted. I found it quite empowering. And,
Mm.
it's a great comeback story of a man who just flips the bird to the whole world going, look what I can fucking do.
Yeah.
I'm in a Formula 1 car driving it one-handed.
Fuck you, Dick.
And
Exactly.
he was all... People think he's flipping the bird and he's just showing off. Look, check out my middle finger. I can't move it. And fuck you all. But what I've learnt as of just now, because it's popped into my head, the reason he was flipping the bird is he was just letting everyone know that he scored 1 point. So he's going around. He's going, look, I got a fucking point.
Yes.
How many points do you got, Russell?
That's right, Russell.
There's 0 points. Sure, you outqualified me 21-0.
Yeah,
But
doesn't matter. People don't remember that. They remember that 1 point.
and who scored that 1 point for Williams?
Kubica did.
Kubica. And then he was just showing it off to the world. I have 1
Just-
point. Salute, middle finger to the world. Well done.
And the other good thing about having a finger that's permanently positioned like that is at dinner parties, it's the perfect hors d'oeuvre finger.
Dipping straight in.
Straight, you don't need to have those toothpicks.
Yeah.
And it's environmentally friendly.
You are kind of double dipping though. Once you stick it in your mouth.
That's true. But you could brush it with a towel or some
moist
sanitary-
towelette.
A moist towelette. Oh, I am at the dinner party.
Blue.
Don't worry, I don't need a toothpick. I will have this little sausage on a stick, my finger stick.
Fingers.
Thank you. Do you have a wet towelette? I don't like to double dip.
Are you saying that we could have done a Kubica thing the whole year and you're just bringing it up now?
I didn't know
When
I
did
could
you
do
have this?
Kubica. I didn't know I could do a Kubica. I'm sorry, Luke. I promise next year I can. No, I'm not
Are
in
you
Formula
not
One.
here?
Goodbye forever.
What a shame.
Back to Transylvania.
What a shame.
I know.
Could have had that all year.
I'm so sorry.
Fuck
it.
Jinx. Now you can't talk. So somebody says your name.
Did we do all the driving awards?
Punch you now.
Oh, ouch.
Can't talk, dickhead.
Ouch.
Part of Jinx.
I don't understand those games. The Lickett and Send It Award.
You didn't have any friends.
I didn't have any friends, Luke. I was bullied. Look at this face. I was bullied.
You were bullied?
Yes.
I was
By
bullied.
people like you, jocks.
I wasn't a
Sporty
jock.
guys.
I was the young jock. I played sport, but I wasn't part of the team.
You were never picked.
No, I was there, and then as soon as the game was over, I'd fuck off.
Yeah.
I'd never hang around and team bond.
No.
I'd turn up to training, do everything 100%, and then fuck
As
off.
soon as the team showers,
No,
you're like,
I'm not
no,
gonna-
no, I'm not going to the team shower.
No, they just want
No.
to see me naked.
Exactly.
And then think about me later.
Yep.
That's just the coaches.
That's right. Inappropriate touching, wasn't there? So much.
Yeah, I didn't want any part of that. Going straight home.
Yep, fair enough.
Still in my, dirty boots, dirty socks, straight in the car,
Straight
fuck
into
off,
bed.
go home,
Straight
shower.
to bed, refusing to have a shower, ever.
For at least 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Times are tough.
The Lickett Senate Award, Luke, for
Oh,
the
yes.
best overtaking manoeuvre.
Well, for the man who also won the Pasta Maldonado Award, he also wins the Lickett and Sendit Award.
Wow.
Valtteri Bottas.
What do you give a man who has everything?
Because the move he made a very late move early on the race. He overtook 2 cars and then ducked into a third, all in the one corner. It was because he was about to slam into the back of them,
That was
the car in front, because they broke a little bit early.
Yeah.
And then he dived by them. And I'm like, how's he going to make it? He's actually made it
Yep.
stick.
Yeah, it was a remarkable overtake. Gutsy. Was that the same corner that he had that little mishap?
I think so.
I think it might have been.
Yeah.
It was just practicing.
He just learned. That's all he was doing. He was just
Hey.
warming up. Listen, I fucked it up on Friday.
See, now it doesn't look so bad, that F3
Then he-
shunt.
Then he nailed it.
Absolutely nailed it.
He licked it
now.
and sent it.
Sent it. We've got the Turd Championship
I got one more.
award.
Award.
Oh, I do. I always miss. There's always
The most
one.
important award.
The effing one podcast award. I apologise. Who made Formula One great, Luke?
Who made Formula 1 great again?
Yes.
You want to know?
Yep.
You're looking at him.
Luke.
I'm looking at you. You're looking at me.
We made
This
effing
season-
one podcast. This season, haven't we punched above our weight?
Severely.
We are overachievers.
We're
Luke.
overreachers,
Yeah.
overachievers.
We don't like to blow our own
Understated.
trumpet. We're very much
We
understated.
don't need to blow our own
We
trumpet.
never
but-
have to. We deserve it. On
Yep.
this one occasion,
It's the second time we won it this year. Last time was French Grand Prix.
yep.
The Dull Grand Prix, spiced up by us. Who else gives you pointless information? Who else tells you the reason why Robert Kubica is flipping the bird around in Grand Prix? No one else. Sky Sports? No.
They don't have this
BBC?
insight.
No.
They've got all the experts in the world, but
Russian
they
television news? I think
don't.
not.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
No. And they're spying on everyone.
They know everything because they're spying. They're watching.
But who knows? We do. We tell it to you.
Correct, Luke.
You're welcome.
Well done, sir.
So it's us.
Little pat on the
Congratulations,
back.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Just a little
Knuckles?
knuckles fist bump. Oh, awkward. This is it's tickle. It's a secret handshake you
It
got.
is.
It's a secret effing one podcast handshake.
Yep.
It's part of it's an exclusive club.
Yep.
And anyone in the club, there's a couple around the world that are in the club. They all know the secret handshake, like the stonemasons.
Yeah.
The Turd Championship. This is the reverse grid championship for celebrating what, as this podcast does, it doesn't celebrate the super rich, the wealthy, the powerful. It empowers the little people. It celebrates the little Aussie battler, the little knockabout. You just, I've got a bloody nose, but I'm getting back up, Luke. I'm not taking no for no answer.
That's it.
And that's what we do. So we give minus 25 points for the worst driver of the race, coming last. Then we give them minus 18 for the second worst and minus 12?
15.
15.
So it's 25, 18, 15,
I'm so sorry.
12,
Did it
10,
again.
8, 6, 4, 2, 1.
Did it again. You get the picture. It's the reverse. You get
I'm
the
like
negative.
Rain Man when it comes to championship numbers.
Very much so. So we've been keeping tally throughout the year of the worst drivers from each race. We have been putting them into a bank. Luke has been crunching some numbers, data crunching.
I used to crunch numbers a lot.
Yep,
This is really the only thing that's got my numbers crunching anymore.
I know. This is what really
This is all I'm
your-
here for.
It floats your boat.
Yeah.
So you're the numbers. You're the stats man.
Whoa.
You know Tim Kelly,
Sean Kelly. The Tim Tam Stat Man.
Tim Tam stat man. No one's Sean Kelly. God forbid. We apologise, Sean. We know
He
you're
said
listening.
that San Diego doesn't mean a whale's vagina.
He said that.
Yes. Daniel Ricciardo mentioned on the podcast he went to San Diego and then he said a whale's vagina. Tom Clarkson didn't understand what he meant. Then, Statman on Twitter said San Diego doesn't mean a whale's vagina. There you go. Another
Oh, I think we
great stat from the Statman.
Let's agree to disagree. Yeah, that's not.
He had you believing we had Tim Tams on the front wing of Alan Jones in his last Australian Grand Prix.
He's very persuasive. Very
But
persuasive.
it is a whale's vagina.
Okay, it is. That's right.
I
So-
think Saint Diego was like a hermaphrodite, and like the wolf of Rome that fed the children.
suckling from the teat.
That's it. The San Diego, the whale's vagina. Saint was a hermaphrodite, and therefore feeding the children of San Diego.
Where are you going with this? I'm trying to work out what's happening. I don't. Yes, Luke.
That's right.
That does sound.
You
scientific.
got it.
That does sound science. It's very sciencey. Very, very sciencey.
Scientific.
Sciencey. Yeah. So, San Diego whale's vagina, yes, and the reverse grid, the Turd Awards,
The Turd Championship.
the Turd Championship, which is a lovely handcrafted, hand whittled
What part of Pete whittled this?
the anus. That is the
Pete has some strong butt muscles.
he does work out. So when he does whittle downstairs, you know it's going to be good. And he plonked it on a lovely bit of oak, Canadian oak.
Canadian oak!
Yeah, Canadian
How'd
oak.
we get that in?
We got the best stuff. We got the best
We
stuff.
spend too much money on this.
This is where the budget goes, unfortunately. And then it's been petrified, it's been pickled, and it has been spray painted, and it's on a lovely bit of wood. Anyway, here it is, the award. And this award is going.
Second place is one of your turds, and third place is my turd.
Yes. Yeah.
Because we can't just give one, like you don't give one trophy away, you give three away. If there was a constructor of the Turd Championship,
Yeah.
then we'd have to make another one.
It's really hard to pickle and gloss and paint.
I can't wait to get these things out of here. It stinks.
Yeah, one of your stools, because you haven't had a solid stool for years. So it's off. It's really hard.
Mate, I could break glass with my stool. That's how strong it is.
Yeah,
It's firm. It's packed in.
yeah, packed in tight.
Hope no one's eating.
No. Who wins the third place in the Turd Championship? The third worst driver of 2019, Luke. Who was it?
Well, by 1 point behind second place. It goes to George Russell.
Wow.
He wasn't the second shittest driver of the year. In a Williams,
In the shittest car, but not
the shittest driver
the shittest
on
driver.
the second step of the podium, on the turd podium, on the turdodium.
Turdodium. That sticky podium.
Stuck under the bottom of your
Stuck.
shoes.
Oh, God.
Romain Grosjean.
Roman. By 1 point.
1 point, 216 negative points to Russell's 215.
Wow. This is the closest championship we've got.
Yeah.
It's the Turd Championship.
And Robert Kubica, our winner of Pete's gigantic turd, is 272 points in the negative. The
Clear.
single-fingered bandit, Robert Kubica.
Well
Should
done,
we get him
Robert.
back in here to accept his turd?
I think we should.
We should. Let's
I
get
feel
him.
like he's... Or I'll get him. I don't want to come back.
You got to pick up this turd, mate. It's yours.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations, you've won the shittest driver of the year 2019.
Thank you very much. I would give you the bird, but I'm afraid it's always a bird, so fuck you. Yes,
Pete's turd is quite substantial. You going to be okay carrying that one-handed?
it's very heavy. Maybe we could get a forklift or something like this.
No, you have to carry it out.
Oh, fuck off, you assholes. Goodbye. Look at him. Look at him drag that thing out. Look at him.
Oh, fuck, I wish
Look
we
at
had
him.
Robert all year.
Look at him push that. Are you okay, Robert?
Oh, he's dropped it, and his face is in it.
Hey, fuck you, you can't. Sorry, Robert. Oh, poor. Should we help him?
No,
No, fuck him.
we've got a podcast to do.
Hey, let's give him the bird.
Hey.
Okay.
I love that we both just gave the bird to no one. Oh, fuck.
It makes more sense on a podcast, Luke.
does.
Visuals. Visuals are good.
The one thing I want to point out about the Turd Championship and the working out and the maths of it all is, if you look at the arse end of the Turd Championship, the other end,
Yes.
Lewis Hamilton didn't feature on the Turd Championship. He was never outside the top 10 for 21 races.
Wait. He didn't have a... He finished every race?
Every single race in the top 10, in the points.
Wow.
Every single one. Lewis Hamilton. He had 0 points. The only driver on 0 points.
Jesus.
Second place was Valtteri Bottas and negative 33. Max Verstappen, negative 40.
Wow.
Now, if you look at the maths, you look at those placings, who's first in championship? Lewis. Who's second? Valtteri. Who's third? Max. So the Turd Championship maths works out perfectly.
It does.
So,
It does.
Robert Kubica is the shittest driver in Formula One.
Is officially the
Mathematics completely backs it up.
shittest. Sorry, Robert. Oh, well.
He's
can't hear us.
He's got shit in his face.
Yeah.
He shouldn't
He's got a
fell
nice
into it.
award, though.
It's beautiful.
It's nice.
Mm.
Wow, there you go. See, that is
Do you want a teammate turd championship? Because there's some tight battles in there.
teammate turd championship.
So Lewis 0, Valtteri 33.
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc 52, Sebastian 66. So Sebastian is therefore the shitter driver between
Okay.
the two.
Yep.
Max Verstappen on negative 40. Alexander Albon on negative 50. He spent, was it 11 races at Toro Rosso?
Yep.
So therefore, he still only have negative 50 points. That's pretty good.
That's impressive.
Carlos Sainz, negative 99. Lando Norris, negative 111. Lando had a few DNFs.
Yep.
Daniel Ricciardo is the shitter driver.
Is that right?
According to the Turd Championship, he had a negative 133 points. He had 4 DNFs.
He did have a lot of DNFs.
And Nico Hulkenberg on negative 92. Daniel Kvyat, negative 95 to Pierre Gasly's negative 51. Again, Pierre spent half the season at Red Bull Racing. Sergio Perez, But if you look at Pierre and Alexander Albon, Pierre is 51 points, Alexander Albon's 50, so therefore Pierre is the shitter driver.
Yes.
And that's how Red Bull worked it out.
Yeah,
They
well-
gave me a call and said,
Yeah.
what's the championship looking for these two,
In
for the third
really?
championship?
Which one do we dump?
Who's going to be the shitter driver? And I was like, listen, I know you've got a decision to make for next year, and Alexander Albon wins. So Alexander Albon will be your driver for 2020. That's how they figured it out.
Jesus.
The maths is solid.
You have a lot of sway.
I do. I don't know how they got my phone number.
It's amazing.
Sergio Perez, Lance Stroll was on 118 negative points. Sergio Perez negative 75.
Oh,
So Lance
Smashing.
Stroll, the shitter.
way shitter.
Kimi Raikkonen 90. Giovinazzi is on 145. So Giovinazzi's a shitter driver.
Yes.
Giovinazzi did pick up his
He picked up his game a bit.
pace towards
Yeah,
the end
he
of the
did.
year. Sort of got to terms with the
did.
car. Kevin Magnussen, 156. Romain Grosjean came third in the championship, so there was no chance of catching him.
No.
And the two Williams drivers, Kubica won that in a landslide.
Wow.
In a shit slide. Turd
A
slide.
turd slide. Well, do you want to have a look at the head-to-heads? I mean, that's the negative. Can we look at the actual points accumulated in the teammate contest? Because, for example, Dan won the turd championship against Hulkenberg, but I do believe he also won the championship points.
Yes, he scored more points.
He scored more points.
So Lewis Hamilton, he outraced Valtteri 15-6 this year.
15-6. Is that qualification?
No, that's race.
That's races. What about qualifying? Do you have that stat on hand? No.
Qualifying, for those two, it was Lewis 14, Valtteri 7.
Yep, that's a
So
smashing.
that's a 66%
yeah.
towards him.
Yep.
They both got in all the Q3s. DNF, Valtteri didn't finish 2 races. Lewis finished every race. Sebastian Vettel outraced Charles Leclerc,
Did he?
11-9.
11-9.
But Charles Leclerc had 264 points to Sebastian Vettel's 240. Who was next? Red Bull? Max Verstappen?
What was it qualifying with Sebastian v?
Well, Charles Leclerc had the most poles of the year, so he got 7
He
pole
got
positions.
more. Yeah.
So his qualifying was better
Yes.
than
Yes.
Sebastian. I don't have the stats for everyone. I've been trying to figure it out today, but it was very hard to find an article that had it. Red Bull Racing, Max Verstappen was 8-1. Race finished to Alexander Albon, and he
Yep.
was 11-1 against Pierre Gasly. Over to McLaren, Max finished third in the championship, and with a split season between the two drivers, no real point working the rest of that out. But Max
No.
was clearly the most dominant in the team there. McLaren.
This
Now,
is a close one.
This was a close one for qualifying, but Lando Norris got it done.
Oh, he did in the last.
Yep. They were
Yeah.
10-all. Lando wanted everything, and Carlos was looking strong all weekend, and then Lando pulled a lap out of the gods.
Yep.
But Carlos Sainz finished 13 races ahead of Lando. Carlos scored 50 more points.
Yeah, well, he really took advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah. In the F1 stats, through the images they've been putting up, they said that Lando only had 4 DNFs, but I counted at least 6.
All right.
I know in Belgium he didn't finish on the second last lap or the last lap, so technically he was still classified, but he didn't finish the race.
Right.
So there's some things like that didn't really go in. Lando got into Q3 14 more times over Carlos Sainz, going over to Renault, Daniel Ricciardo and Nico Hülkenberg. Qualifying 14-7 in favour of Daniel, the same
Smashing.
qualifying gap as Lewis.
Yeah.
The race was 9-12 for
A little
Daniel.
bit closer.
Points 37-54. Daniel got into Q3 12 times and Nico 9 times. Daniel Ricciardo had 4 DNFs and 2 for Nico. And I think then they were also excluded from the Japanese Grand Prix.
That's sorry to interject.
Interject away!
That is a surprise. At the start of the season, I think we were both very aware that Hulkenberg was super quick, and we thought that Dan really had a challenge and was going to struggle if not be very close to struggling with Nico Hulkenberg. That hasn't been the case. Dan clearly the superior season, the faster driver. That was a big surprise for me, I think. Been a few surprises through the season. That is one that Dan was so dominant over Nico Hulkenberg.
Yeah, well, it's very similar dominance to Lewis over, especially in qualifying. Lewis over Bottas, 14-7. I think it took Daniel a couple of races to kind of get his groove and how the car worked. Daniel also lost a fair chunk of points from that Japanese disqualification. But yeah, I think Renault have kind of dropped the ball this year, but the engine is doing very, very well. So I'll go over to the Toro Rosso team. There's, again, between Albon and Kvyat, qualifying was 6-6, but between Kvyat and Pierre Gasly, it was 2-7, so Gasly was quicker in qualifying. The races between Albon and Kvyat was 7-5, and it was 5 for Gasly, 4 over Kvyat. Points 27-16 for Alexander Albon, what's his face? Kvyat had a podium, so that's why he had a fair chunk of points for that one. And then you look at Kvyat Gasly. Gasly had 32 points over 10 for Kvyat. So Gasly very much had the upper hand over Kvyat once he went.
What a comeback
back.
After being dumped by Red Bull, to come back in that second half of the season and just to put all that behind him and say, fuck it, I'm just going to drive and drive his little pants off. Absolutely smashed Kvyat.
I think it just shows that the Red Bull didn't suit his style of driving.
Yeah.
When it comes for Pierre Gasly, where Daniel Ricciardo seems to really strive with that kind of a car.
Yep.
But coming from Toro Rosso and having a year or two at Toro Rosso, I think it's kind of thrown Gasly out, thrown him into the deep end where he's against Max Verstappen, whose Max is quite strong.
You'd think that with Gasly being so good in the second half of the season, it hasn't hurt his prospects going forward, maybe for another team in the future. But he definitely wouldn't go back to Red Bull, because if that car didn't suit him, there's no reason. And they don't have a history of letting people back in to do it a second crack.
No.
He's got to go elsewhere.
That's right. And that's what's going to happen. So we're going to have a Racing Point.
Yeah.
We'll see Sergio Perez and Lance Stroll qualifying 18-3 for the Mexican.
Wow.
The Tijuana
Huge
Tussler.
dominance.
Massive. 16-5 in the races. Points 52-21. Q3's 4-1. DNFs, they both had 2 DNFs. But there's also another category which hasn't been featured on Formula 1, Daddy's Money. And that all completely goes to Lance Stroll over Sergio Perez. So he wins that one.
Yeah. What do you think they're going to do next year? I mean, they've got so much cash. That has to be good.
Yeah, it does, but I don't think they're going to be throwing it away.
No.
Especially Lance. But,
no.
I think
see
they're
big
just going
improvements.
to... can they get any worse? Yes, they can. Will Haas improve? Will Williams improve next year?
You'd hope so.
You'd hope so. But they were a team, a couple of years ago, they were 4th in the championship.
They could do that again.
So they could pull a rabbit out of the hat, but I think up the top, it's going to get tight. I think
Tighter.
McLaren will be up there, I think, because everyone's starting to sort of maximize the potential of the cars.
Yeah.
They're looking at thousandths of a second, hundredths of a second, not tenths and a second or half a second. They're looking at minor improvements.
It's the last year of the regulations before they change. They've all got to grips with it. Next year is going to be quite possibly, well, we think, the closest we've seen since the new regulations.
Yep.
And then we go and change it all, and we start from scratch.
Yeah, probably not the best thing to do, because it's just like the turbo hybrid era. Red Bull was pretty dominant, but 2013, it was quite a close championship towards the end.
Yeah.
And everyone Ferrari started to catch up, and everyone else started to catch up towards where Red Bull were at. And it wasn't such a cakewalk for them. But then you go into the turbo hybrid era, and Mercedes got the jump on everyone.
Yeah.
And
that's all it takes. Regulation change, one team dominates. It takes 5 years for everyone to catch up.
But I think the beauty of this slight, it's quite a severe change, what they're planning, but the powertrain's staying the same. So,
Yes. Yes.
You know, I think if it was a new chassis and a new engine, we might be thinking, fuck, someone's going to get it right, and then they'll be untouchable for 3 years.
But there's less variability.
Yeah.
There's less they can get right.
So it'll be chassis. There's engineers saying it's going to be far harder for the drivers to drive. It'll be more difficult to drive because they won't be so planted in the car.
And then you've got the financial limitations. Teams can only spend a certain amount of money, and it's fair for everyone.
Still a fuckload of money, though.
Still a lot of. There's still. I mean, what? Only 3 or 4 teams are going to be able to spend that much.
Yeah.
180 million pounds.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
So let's go into Alfa Romeo.
Yes, please.
Talking about the team battles, Kimi Raikkonen, 17 races ahead of Antonio Giovinazzi. Giovinazzi did pick up in the second half of the season, and he must be he outqualified Kimi towards the end of the season. Not so much overall, but he certainly sort of come to grips with the car, come to grips with Formula One. He made less mistakes. He got his hair cut when he scored a point. So happy for him. He's got hair. We both don't. Yeah, fuck himself.
That's true.
Haas, difficult year for Haas. Mags finished 2 races ahead of Romain Grosjean, so 11 to 19. There was 21 races, but the little caveat to that is both drivers failed to finish in Great Britain for the British Grand Prix, so no score was awarded between those two.
Yeah.
George Russell racing 17 to 3 to Kubica.
Ooh.
Both drivers failed to finish in Russia, so that's why there's not a 21st race included in that. In our stats, we always tend to, wherever if they DNF before the other one, then the other one gets the race ahead of them. But Kubica, 3 races ahead of George. One of those was the point, the solitary point. George had he won every qualifying, so it's 21 to 0. The only clean sweep of any driver. I think the last person to do that was Alonso.
Wow.
To Stoffel Van Dorn.
Wow.
Was the last clean sweep of a season in qualifying. And there was one, I think it was one qualifying Stoffel Van Dorn. It was like 1,000th of a second, like nothing. So he nearly out-qualified Fernando. And Fernando Alonso's a great driver.
He's a great driver.
But
It doesn't look good, does it?
No.
You need to beat your teammate, otherwise
That's one hell of a teammate.
you've got to get out. Yes, that's a sucky part of having a great teammate.
And that's the head-to-head.
Thanks, Luke, for your
It's like
hard
a
work.
69 head-to-head.
Whoa, easy, Tiger. Great number crunching, mate, as usual. Just numbers is your gig. It's your game. Just shtick. And thank you for that. We get to Skype Sebastian, don't we?
Let's do that.
Yes, we do.
Let's Skype Sebastian.
Okay, let's see what he's up to right now.
Hey! Hey guys! Hi, it's me, Sebastian Vettel, 4-time world champion.
Oh, g'day, Sebastian.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm just on the beach. I'm lying on the towel. And,
That's quite a big beach you're laying
yeah,
on.
it's apparently this one's called, a gay beach. But, I like gay because I like to have fun.
Yes, you do like to
'Cause,
smile and have fun.
My English is not so great all the time, so I Googled gay and it means happy beach.
Do you give up on speaking English in the off-season? Just go, I'm not saying it again until I'm back in Melbourne?
This is the last conversation I will have in German until I speak to you most likely in the new year.
Last time in English or last time in German?
Sorry, last time in English.
In English, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, you
sorry.
said
Yeah.
German.
No.
You're already...
Did I? I'm so confused.
Yeah, it's okay.
I switch off after the last
I can
Grand
tell.
Prix. I just
Every
switched.
time you call me, you seem switched off.
It's not the only thing that's off. I've got the shirt off.
Ooh.
I've got the coconut oil in my pecs.
Do you have an oil boy?
Yes.
What's his name?
Don't you have an oil boy? You
No.
sound like you're surprised.
I don't have
What's
the
wrong
money
with
for
having an oil boy?
Nothing wrong with an oil
I've
boy.
got Hugo.
Hugo.
Little Hugo over here. Hey, Hugo.
Si, senor.
He's Spanish?
Yeah, what are you?
Or
Are
he
you
speaks
racist?
Spanish.
Are you racist
Not
against the
racist
Spanish?
at all.
They got great hands.
Not a lot of employment in Spain.
No, they need to be employed. Look at the little guy. He's got a little legs.
Why is he crying?
He's a midget.
Why is
He's
he
just a
crying?
little midget. I don't want to throw him
Why is he crying?
because I get him to do stuff he doesn't like to do. Hey, Hugo, do you like to do all the things I ask?
No, senor. No, some are quite disgusting, senor.
See, he doesn't like to do
What? Wait. What,
Are
Hugo,
you okay, Hugo?
What are you talking about? What do I make you do that's so disgusting? Oh, senor, you make me touch you and rub your plums and insert things into your anus. Hey. What? I'm a married guy. I'm a heterosexual male. I'm married to Heidi. What is happening here? Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. I have to fire. Hey!
Don't fire him.
Excuse me,
Don't
Hugo.
fire him. He's sorry.
You're fucking fired. Get out of my face.
You just fired him.
Yeah, I just fired Hugo. It's okay. There's 20 other little Spanish guys. Hey, Chavez! Yeah, go over here, please. Start working on my ass. Thank you.
Well it up good. Well, I'm going to leave you on that, Sebastian. Have a great Christmas and New Year's
Are you sure you don't want
to you and your family.
these guys to... You won't come and drop me on the beach?
I'm busy.
There's plenty of room on the
I'm
gay beach.
really busy this time of year.
Gay is happy. It's not mean you like the cock.
I don't like
Gay
cock.
means happy.
I don't know what made you think I do.
Yeah. Do you want to lie next to me?
No,
Send me a dick pic. Just one. Come on.
for Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, we'll put little reindeer ears on it for you.
Could you make a little Santa's beard on
Okay,
the Google stack?
Santa's beard.
Yeah. And
That's
on
it. Okay.
on the little nose?
No nose.
No,
No,
okay.
I'm going to leave that
Little
away.
Santa hat, yeah.
Yeah, thank
Hey,
you,
bye guys.
Sebastian.
Bye guys. Wow.
Getting in the festive spirit.
Very festive. Very festive. Sebastian Vettel, 4-time world champion. Always nice to have him on the podcast.
Thank you, Sebastian.
A little Aussie podcast. And he's going to be joining us next year.
I hope
Wow,
so.
what a coup. Wow.
coup.
That's quite a... Is it contractually that he needs to
Fucking better.
be on this podcast?
I can't keep sending your dick pics.
Part of your Ferrari contract, Sebastian, isn't it? Yep. Oh, well.
It's written in very small font. FM1 podcast.
Very full. Very
So,
small.
I want to talk about the season hold. Some of the biggest disappointments of the year.
Going back to the start of the season,
Biggest,
think back and, biggest
just
disappointment.
overall in the
Yeah,
season, who's been disappointing for you
Who's been disappointing?
besides producer Pete?
Oh, he's hopeless, but...
All he had to do was keep an eye on Speckled Jim,
I
just
mean,
to make sure nothing happened to him. He was training him. You don't walk out
you
on a
do
training
not
session.
walk out on a
You
training.
got to spot him. Make sure.
Spot him. Rule number 1 in a training session. When you have a wooden duck bird training your prized cock, don't leave them alone. You know?
Number one, a Fight Club.
Number 1 rule of Fight Club.
Yeah. Just don't talk about Fight
Don't
Club.
talk about Fight Club.
Second rule of Fight Club.
Don't leave Speckled Jim with Waterbird.
Yeah, Dippy Bird is one of the strongest opponents Speckled Jim's ever faced. And it's just a training. But the Dippy Bird doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that. It's not his fault.
No.
We blamed him for too long.
We have to shift the blame.
We didn't invite him to the
We're
funeral.
going to put it on Pete.
I know. It was wrong that we didn't let Dippy Bird come to the funeral. Yes. And for that, we're eternally sorry. We're sorry, Dippy Bird.
But when we said to him, are you okay with it? He just nodded yes.
Yep. So that's so true. He's very, very consensual.
He's very accommodating.
Very accommodating bird.
You could ask him any question.
He'll always say yes.
Yep.
Yeah. It's so hard to be angry at him.
But if you talk to the oscillating fan, it's always no.
Yeah.
Always no.
Always no.
Don't ask yes or no questions to a fan.
No.
Always
no.
says no.
We forgive you, little fella. We forgive you.
Pete doesn't.
God, oh no.
But it's Pete's fault. He should keep an eye on him.
Well,
As a trainer,
as a training, you would think rule number 1 of a trainer, don't leave your prized cock sitting there
on his own.
on his own, defenseless against Dippy Bird.
Yeah.
Because Dippy Bird's got some moves.
2.
2 moves, up and down, both of which are deadly.
Deadly. We've just proved it. CSI.
We can't hold grudges. It's not Dippy Bird's fault. It's mostly Pete's fault. But
Is Pete going to be around next year?
I don't think so. I don't think so, Luke. I've had about a gutful of Luke. Haven't you?
Luke. You just said Luke.
I didn't mean Luke. We're going to replace.
Do you want me to go?
We're going to replace you with Pete on the podcast. Basically, it's me talking to Pete for 2 hours.
Every podcast will be a minimum.
You're lucky to
2
get a
hours.
grunt out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll just be you.
Yeah.
Adam's podcast.
Yeah.
talking.
He'll like tap once for yes, 2 for
We
no.
get the Dippy Bird to do more than he does.
Actually, that's
We
a good.
could get Dippy Bird to
Dippy-
replace Pete.
We could get Dippy Bird as our guest. We could have a guest
I think
comments.
he'd only be good at pressing buttons.
That's true.
I don't think he could talk.
Yeah, he's not a
He
great,
is an inanimate object.
not a great conversationalist.
Still,
Bird.
get more out of him than Pete.
That's very true.
Hmm.
Good call, my friend.
So, disappointments of the year. I'm going to go with the French Grand Prix. I think
Yeah.
that was the dullest Grand Prix. And then from that point on, it just got better and better.
Mine is Renault.
Renault,
Yep.
I will agree with you.
It was just
They went backwards.
the hype, what they expected, what everyone hoped for, what Dan was hoping for. Being Dan Ricciardo fans, it hurt and
Painful.
painful, man. And you just hope they get it right next year.
What's
I think-
another? Any
yeah.
other disappointments from the year? Think hard.
Yeah. I think maybe Williams. I know they started so far behind, but, when they tested the start of the year, it was just the writing was on the wall. And when you're that far behind, it just shows you really can't catch up. There's
No.
nothing you can do. If you lose a week of testing, you can't come back.
No. They were never going to come back.
They're never going to come
Had
back.
the rest of the season to try and come back, get close.
It's painful to see a top Formula One team that has so much history, so much winning, be so fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Williams, Renault.
But you got to do a better job. You got to design a car that is quick, not a piece of shit. Disappointment for me, Robert Kubica.
Yeah.
I think the average qualifying time is like 4/10 of a second between him. That's significant. That's
Getting
10.5
walloped.
a second.
Yeah, it's big. That's big.
Ferrari
Ferrari.
put in a lot of money. They just can't dot their I's, cross their T's. They've wasted another championship. This was a championship they could have won, but they didn't.
How many opportunities did they have at the start of the season to set themselves up, and they just seem to trip themselves up. They just don't have the mindset. It's a bunch of Italians sipping coffee and smoking cigarettes.
Yep, they need less pasta and more fish. Get some brain food into
Get
them.
some brain food into you.
And Haas.
And Haas.
Haas are pretty
Oh,
shit.
man. Haas is shit. What are we looking forward to for next year, Luke?
There's a lot to look forward to next year.
There's a
but,
lot. What are you most excited about for next year, Luke?
I'm excited for the top battle between. I think it's going to be a four-way battle.
A four-way battle
Four-way battle. Yep.
with McLaren in that,
McLaren in that.
and you're not expecting Renault to.
I'm expecting Renault to win one race.
So that they will step up. They will come up.
They
So
will, but they won't be in
consistent.
No,
So you think McLaren will be winning races consistently?
I think it'll be McLaren, Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes next year.
Whoo-wee.
I think each team will have at least 2 Grand Prix wins. At least each team. Renault will win one, which will be some kind of fuck-uppery.
Yep.
Um,
Gee, I'd like to see that.
I think Charles Leclerc will win the championship.
Really?
He's learned his lessons. He's going to stop punching himself in the face.
Well, he does have a problem though. He's got Sebastian, who's not going to do any favors, unlike Bottas, unlike Albon, who you've got a second driver, you've got a wingman who's looking out for you. Sebastian is only looking out for himself.
But I think if Charles Leclerc quickly puts him in the shade and wins some races that, he should have won a few more races this year.
Still,
Should have won Bahrain. Not his fault.
can Sebastian not have his ego damaged?
I think he'll be too far ahead of him to worry about it. I do. I think Charles Leclerc is just that much better.
He needs to cement himself early on.
He's beaten a 4-time world champion this year in his second season of F1.
Well, Dan did that, but Dan was more convincing against Sebastian.
Yeah, but not in his second year.
Third year.
Third year. He beat Sebastian,
He
who was...
pulverized him.
He did, but 7 pole positions. in
Couldn't get the
season.
job done though. Still, Luke. I mean, you got to get the job done. It's fine to qualify first.
He'll be fine. Third year.
All right.
He'll win his championship.
I hope you're right. And I hope McLaren's up there as well. I think that wouldn't it be amazing?
I want to see championship pressure on Lewis. I want to see championship pressure on
Yes.
Charles. I want to see
Yep.
that Max Verstappen taking
Yep.
that petulant attitude in championship. Like, oh, Lewis just overtook me at the start of a Q2 lap. I'm like, no one gives a fuck, dude.
Yep.
Why are you battling and, chasing someone down
Yep.
because you feel you've been wrong? Just sit in the queue and just wait. If he wants to go ahead and do that shit, call him out later. Don't try and make a point. Dive bomb him. Nearly take out Kvyat. You had to cut the corner. Happened in Mexico with Sebastian. Happened in United States with Lewis.
Yep.
That petulant attitude won't win you a championship.
But I don't want to see Max win.
He will win races.
I don't want to see him win the World Championship because
He
there's
won't
two
win the
things I don't like in this world, Luke.
What's that?
There's two things I don't like in this world, Luke. Hang on. Let's try to do a different accent. That was the
Try.
wrong accent.
Keep trying.
There's two things I don't like in this world, mate. And that is racism and the Dutch.
That's good.
My Michael Caine. It's
Michael
pretty
Caine
bad.
from Austin Powers.
That's right, mate. Yeah. Isn't it?
Austin Powers.
Awesome Powers.
I love gold. Isn't that weird?
It's
Ooh,
not weird.
That's a keeper.
What's next on the agenda?
Who do you think the biggest winners of 2019? What was some standout performances? Who caught your eye?
Lewis. You got to say Lewis, the douche
pretty
canoe. He just dominated.
He won.
I mean, Ferrari should have been there, but Lewis just opportunistically was there at the right time, did the right things.
Outside of his whinging, he had the perfect season.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the whinging trophy coming in next year. Just to highlight the biggest whinger on the grid.
Will it change Grand Prix to Grand Prix based on who was the biggest whinger, or will it just be it's a Lewis Hamilton award? Can you think of people who are a better whinger?
Max is pretty good.
Sebastian's pretty good,
Sebastian and Roman Grosjean.
especially when he was younger.
Yeah.
Sebastian
Roman.
was a great whinger.
Yeah. There's a few in there. There's a few good whingers in there. Roman. There's a few good there.
Maybe we just have like a crying baby award.
Oh, yes. That's a good idea.
Peter, change it to crying baby.
Can we change it to Crying Baby Award?
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Peter. Yeah.
On a cross.
On a cross.
Baby Jesus. I think all the rookies this year definitely held their own.
Rookies.
Yep, I think Giovinazzi did a good job, especially mid-season towards the end.
Very impressive.
Lando Norris did a great job. George Russell did a fantastic
Alexander
job as well.
Albon went from Toro Rosso to Red Bull in one season.
Yeah. The comeback kids, Kvyat and Kubica, didn't do too well.
No.
So they're not in the highlights of the year. McLaren, great job. Went
Wow.
from fuck all to
Outstanding.
fourth in the championship.
Just getting it done, getting it right. They're back.
Yep, with the Renault engine in the back. Honda won races.
Honda.
Honda had, two people on the podium in Brazil.
They're back.
They're back doing a great job. And Toro Rosso snared 2 podiums this year.
Yeah.
Brazil and Germany.
That's right. And like Renault didn't, Toro Rosso.
Remember Toro Rosso was actually Minardi, the team that Mark Webber started his Formula One career
That's
in.
right.
And Fernando Alonso started in that.
That's right. There you go.
So that's Minardi going into Toro Rosso.
Did Dan start in Minardi when his first drive?
He started at Hispania Racing Team, HRT.
That's HRT. That's right.
Yep, it's not the Holden Racing Team
No.
in V8
No.
Supercars here in Australia.
That's right.
It is the Hispania Racing Team. He raced his first race in Silverstone.
Yes.
Didn't out-qualify his teammate Antonio Giovinazzi. Sorry, Vintantonio Liuzzi.
Vin Antonio Liuzzi.
Antonio
Antonio.
Liuzzi. He was in the Red Bull Driver Academy.
Yep.
And I think then he didn't do too well there. So
No. Very
he
good.
did really well in GP2 back then. Or was it Formula 3000? I'm not sure. But anyway, that was his teammate when he first got in F1.
There you
He
go.
didn't out-qualify in the first couple, and then he started to come good towards the next one. It was a wet British Grand Prix. There you go. That was his...
There you go. Very interesting 2019. It's behind us, and it was a lot of fun. And 2020, I think, has got the sniff, like you say, like you suggest. It is going to be an absolute rip snorter and one we can't miss. And then they've got 20. It goes 2020, where it's going to be super close. Again, this year was closer than the previous. Then 2021, it gets even crazier with
Narang.
regulation changes and Narang. Wonderful segue, Luke. You are, if not a great segwayer, and you've proven it right
Is
there.
it a Segway or a Segwayist?
I'd say you're a segwayist. You're a Segway extraordinaire.
Two things you don't like.
Is
Segwayists.
Segwayists and the Dutch.
And the Dutch.
Just an update from the most exciting proposed Formula One race for 2021. Regulation changes, and we will have, hopefully, fingers crossed, if all goes well with Liberty Media, when we propose the unveiling to Liberty Media, we will have
We're going full tilt in Melbourne.
full tilt, baby. We're going to have banners. We're going to replace every Melbourne banner that we find with the word Nerang.
We're going to get a Lego set and throw it out to how it's going to be. That's going to be our diagram. We're going to show them what the track looks like.
In a Lego.
We're going to show them the Flanrati. We're going to show them the nude section,
Yes.
so all the Lego will have no clothes on.
Yes,
We're going to show them the
Luke.
One Montoya takeaway section.
The Little Battlers GP, it's coming in 2021, and we're going to hit
Some-
Melbourne hard with it.
The Meth Museum, we're going to show them that as well.
Melbourne won't know what hit them when we turn up with our little Lego diagram.
Melbourne has its own meth. But
They got-
it doesn't do it with pride. It tries to
It's-
hide it and
It's
keep it
high-
under the...
Yeah, it's highbrow. This is ghetto meth.
This is proper.
This is proper get down, yo, man.
Yeah.
You want some meth, man? It's ghetto meth.
Ghetto meth.
Ghetto meth. It's the race that represents the battler, the little Aussie hooligan, the man.
It'd
that
be the
got-
race that stops the nation.
Very much so. Gets knocked down, gets back up again. Doesn't take no for an answer.
And
This
that's going to be the
race.
theme song. I get knocked down,
Thank you.
but I get up again.
Thank you, Luke.
Tub Thumping will be the band playing
Will-
live, the one song they know.
Yes, that is the motto, official motto of the Monaco of the Gold Coast, the Formula One proposed Nerang GP for 2021.
Yeah.
And it's going all the way to Liberty, baby. Liberty Media, the owners of Formula One, are going to love it. We're going to tub thump their door down, and we are going to sing it proud.
Yeah.
So watch it. Any news before we wrap that up? And
So we've got politicians on board, councillors on board. We've got a few signatures
local
online,
business,
change.org.
correct.
We've got the Meth Museum happening under the bridge next to the highway.
We've got the prostitutes.
We've got catering done by Woolies. They've
Woolies.
given us 3 chickens and a coleslaw.
Correct.
What else have we got?
That's about it. There's a couple.
Oh, there's
43
a
signatories.
lap of the Australasian Grand Prix. You'll find it on YouTube.
Yeah, take a look. We're in the your beautiful sports car, the Hyundai i30,
Yeah, I stuck a sticky tape the S,
the grey colour,
the i30S.
the i30S, the sporting grey you've gone for. See us in the vehicle, and we're doing the whole circuit there.
Do you know there's been some changes to the car?
Has there?
Yep. Do you know how golf balls have the dimples on it?
Yeah.
And without the dimples, the golf ball won't go as far.
Yes.
Aerodynamically, I've now got dimples in the Hyundai i30 thanks to hail damage.
It's actually faster now.
Much faster.
There you go.
I could take at least half a second off the lap around the ring just purely in aerodynamics.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's brilliant. We might have to refilm that lap. We have to jump in it again.
we do. We'll make sure we show off.
Get a slightly
We'll
better
get
time.
some condensed air to go over these
Little ripples.
dints that are in the top of the car just to show the aerodynamic benefits.
And then we'll take that
Maybe
technology.
if F1 cars.
Take it to Formula One cars. Get a little dimple
Be
ridge.
sponsored by Titleist.
There we go. And it's all thanks to you, Luke.
Yep, right now. That's what we do.
Ideas Factory.
So, and we'll have some merch next year.
We've got some what?
Some Nerang Grand Prix merch, some
brilliant.
Effing One podcast
Oh,
merch.
fantastic.
I'm not sure if we'll be able to put the F1 on there, like making F1 great again. I'm going to try and figure out a way to
Copyright.
get around that because it is a heavily trademarked
Yeah.
thing, but making F something great again,
There we go. We'll get around it.
making Effing One great again. No, that's us. We are good.
There's something there. So we've got
I'll find something.
merchandise.
Yep.
We'll have shirts, hats,
Shirts, hats, and I can even make us some socks.
socks. Perfect for presents, for celebrations, bar mitzvahs. It's brisks. Brists. Any celebration. Look at the merchandise on the website.
If you don't
F1
use the
Podcast.
socks for your feet, you can use them as dream catchers.
Absolutely. Have a think about this podcast. Whack into your favourite sock and pop it to one side.
Make the jizz go away.
Yeah.
We'll have an ad coming up
Oh,
for Pray Away. It's a new cleaning product.
Oh, fantastic.
Hmm.
Oh, well.
So that's Nürburgring Grand Prix. That's what's happening this year.
Hmm.
We'll be pressing on more with that next year.
Yep.
But we have some ideas to make F1 great again.
Oh, we do.
We do. I have a couple.
Okay. Let's do this.
Yeah.
What have you got? We've already had some absolute crackers over the years. Can it beat the eating the native dish of that country on your lap while qualifying?
Sit back, relax, and prepare yourself for something that I came up with. So, F1 cars, we're going to fill them up to the max. 110 kilos of fuel. They only get one pit stop,
Oh.
but the race doesn't have a distance. There's no checkered flag.
Oh.
So the cars just keep going
Until they run out of fuel.
till they run out of fuel. There is a minimum lap time they must keep to. They can race and overtake, do whatever they want, but they have to go further than everyone else.
It's an actual distance
Like
race.
an
It's not-
endurance race.
It's an endurance race.
How far can they go on 110 kilos of fuel?
Do you throw obstacles out there as well?
Oh, you throw people out there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You get minus points for hitting a fully grown adult. Kids, it's double
okay.
double points. No, kids are fine.
Yeah.
Kids, that's not a penalty. Oh, that's right.
So that's the idea.
I like that.
Make just see how far these cars can go. See how much this electric energy. This will make the engines more efficient, push them to the engineering edge.
Yep.
But yeah,
A
just
distance race.
yep.
Very nice, Luke. Yeah, that's a really great idea. What
There's
else you got?
one more idea I've come up with.
Yeah.
I've floated this to a few people. They quite like the idea. We're still keeping it's going to be a 2-day weekend, no Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But Friday, we call the Friday Driver Talent Challenge. So, like the Race of Champions,
Yeah.
we give them generic cars. We give them a variety of different.
I thought it was a variety show challenge. Like you've got to go up
Oh.
and you've got to juggle. What's your special skill, Bottas?
Yes. No, like the Ninja Warrior style,
There we
where
go.
they have to dive in and climb things. And
Well, we've actually got two ideas there.
We've-
They're both brilliant. So the first idea is it's a variety show challenge.
Yeah.
You've got to go on stage.
like it's a knockout. That's the
Exact-
name of the game.
It's the name of the game. And you have your special skill. And you've got to do 3 minutes performance. And it might be the spoons. If it's Valtteri Bottas, it might be eating ice. If it's Dan Ricciardo, it's probably eating beef or juggling beef. There's one like that. And then now you're proposing
So it's like it's a Friday Driver Talent Challenge.
a talent challenge.
Yeah. So it's not just it's talking about talent as in their driving ability. Like the Race of Champions, they're given generic cars
Oh, I love this.
like the Top Gear Hot Lap.
Yes.
So they get a normal car and they have to drive around.
They're in the
but also then
exact-
there's obstacles.
Oh, brilliant.
So there's like a water jump. And they have to do a figure-8 donut
Yes.
before they continue on the next bits and then see who's the fastest up. This is just purely for entertainment. It's got
That's
nothing to do with
fantastic.
Formula One.
But
But
it'll
it's
show
about their
you
driver challenge and entertaining the crowd.
the fastest driver. Like you're driving the same vehicle. You're both driving a Hyundai i30.
Yep.
You know, you can't have a Mercedes. We know that.
So, but it's got to be a car that can't be like it's generic as in it doesn't have a brand, so that
Yep.
it's like a dune buggy or
Yes.
something like that. So it can't be tied. There's no sponsor issues.
No.
It's just you guys are going to go and get a little bit spastic out there.
Yep.
That's the plan.
That's a great idea.
That's one of the plans. So that's what happened on Friday. So
Yep.
Friday, no F1 action. It's just
Entertainment.
drivers dicking around,
Yep.
having some fun. Get him in a V8 supercar.
Yep.
See who drives a lap in a V8 supercar the quickest. Saturday,
Go-karts.
go-karts.
Chucking some go-karts.
Yep, go-karts.
Hilarious.
Saturday practice.
Oversized heads. Oversized
Like a
helmets.
soccer?
Like a soccer. Yep. Anyway, sorry. Keep
So
going.
those giant orb things that they're playing soccer in. They just
Lord.
bounce off each other.
That's awesome.
Genius. Saturday, we'll have Formula One practice
Yep.
in the morning. Then we have Saturday qualifying. And it still qualifies Q2,
Yep.
Q1, Q2, Q3. But if you're, say, 16th to 20th, you're in that bracket,
Yep.
but you're not starting in the positions that you necessarily qualified in. You'll be
Oh.
given a lucky draw. So you still have to qualify in the
nice.
top 10 or the top
Yeah,
15 or
but
the top.
there's an element of luck as well.
So not only do you go, listen, I just got pole position, but then you get to draw it out.
Then you have to then pick out number one from
Yep.
the barrel.
And then you'll start
Oh, I
P1.
love it.
again, it's an entertainment day. And then Saturday has a Saturday race. It's 40 minutes.
I love it.
It's a short race,
I love
sharp, before it gets too long and tedious and the gaps get too
Yep.
distant. There's time to overtake. So if you qualify 16th, you could be starting 20th.
Oh, I love it.
Just because you've picked out number 20.
It adds. Well, it's skill based, but then there's the flexibility of randomness.
So P1 gets to choose first
Yeah.
out of their 10 spots in.
Yep.
So they could draw out P1 straight away.
Yep.
Gives them all the options. So that's the plan.
That's great because you could have a situation where, say, the top 5 pull out numbers. It could be Carlos Sainz. He's just snuck in the top 5. He could pick up the pole.
Yeah.
And then
That's it.
suddenly you've got a hell of a race at the beginning because Carlos is in front of much faster cars.
That's it.
Tantalising, Luke.
See? Changes things up.
Absolutely
And there's not
tantalising.
like a long race to change strategies around and play around things and slowly work back to the front. It's a short race. It's 40 minutes.
Yep.
So it's like a third of a Grand Prix before the distances get too big and things get boring. So it's action packed.
Then you
That's
got-
Saturday. It's like it's an entertainment day.
Yes. Yes.
It's for the fans.
Yep.
It's for the people at
Sunday
track.
is the traditional
Sunday's
race day.
traditional. Sunday qualifying
Yep. Gotcha.
Sunday
Qualifying
morning
and
qualifying.
race in the same day.
in the same day.
See, that's
we did it in
two-
Japan.
There's 2 action-packed days. Saturday, wow, wouldn't you want to take the kids to that? Wouldn't you want to go, let's go, kids. We're going Saturday. It's going to be awesome. All this fun stuff. The kids are going to love it. And then they want to come back the next day as well.
Yep.
It's just, you're not...
And then there's the Friday randomness of
Yep.
just drive around in dune buggies.
Random
doing-
shit happening.
Yes.
It's all fun.
That's how you make it fun
There's
great again.
3 days of entertainment
And
opposed
then you've
to
got the traditional
1 day.
qualifying and races normal. Qualify 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, race being a 300k race.
Absolutely brilliant.
Keep it traditional, but the other 2 days, let's spice it up.
Something that we will most definitely revisit.
And if you see any of this happen in the future,
Oh, you'd know you heard it first. Copyright this quickly.
trademark, copyrighted.
Get on that website where you can copyright stuff quickly. Do it. Do it now.
copyright.com.
That's brilliant. Luke.
Peter,
Do it.
Peter, can you trademark that?
Can you do that? Pete, stop eating.
Pete.
Stop eating.
Fucking
He's
hell.
eating all the food again.
The mum brought in.
Damn it. Mrs. Luke made us a lovely little smorgasbord of Middle Eastern delights, and he's eaten them. Fuck it, Peter.
You do get quite angry when he eats the food.
You're fired, Peter. I just did it.
Wait, he's got to
didn't
do
even-
that copyright thing.
I didn't even consult you. I just fired him.
You didn't.
Pete, pack your bag and fuck off. Sorry, mate. I just fired him. I'm so sorry. That's-
Pete, fuck back on.
Yeah, sorry, mate. No, come back. Come back.
Actually, no, fuck off.
Nah, fuck off. Just kidding. Hey,
Yo, yo,
Kubica, bird.
Pete. Hey!
Take the birdie. These ideas we're revisiting next year. They're brilliant.
They're good. I was
Absolutely
pretty happy
brilliant.
with when it came into the old noggin.
Absolutely. We've got to wrap this up very soon. So before we do,
Mm-hmm.
can we play a bit of our favourite game here at Effing One Podcast?
We're going to talk about mum.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh,
No, not killing your mother.
you're going to fuck my mum?
Well,
Marry or kill her?
Whoa. Slow down. She's a lovely lady.
Mm.
Shall we play that game?
Fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Who have you got for me? We're going to kill one, marry one, fuck one. Go.
I've got Daniel Ricciardo,
Ooh, easy. I already know what I'm going to do
producer
with him.
Pete, and me. You got to fuck one, marry one, kill one. Me, producer Pete, and Daniel Ricciardo.
Oh. Okay. I'm going to kill producer Pete because honestly, his production standards over the last 2 years have been a lot to be desired. A lot to be desired. He has not pulled his weight. I'm going to be honest with you.
He doesn't have a lot of weight.
He's dead. I've
okay.
killed him.
Pete's dead.
I am going to. Oh, this is hard. This is a hard one, Luke.
Don't
I
look at me.
think I'm going. I want to fuck you so bad, Luke. I want to fuck you so bad. I'm just gonna fuck you. Is that all right? And I won't.
Yeah, it's
you know
fine.
what? It'll be nice. I'll play some Barry White music. Have a glass. I know you're not a big drinker, but you can have a glass of wine first.
This is purely a financial reason.
Loosen
isn't it?
things up a little bit, and I will jump on your back. and I'm going to marry Dan Ricciardo. I want to travel the world and be his bitch.
He will ride you into the sunset.
He can do whatever he likes to me, Luke.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he likes
Yeah.
to me. Yours, my good man, are 1965 and 73 world champion Jackie Stewart. 1980 world
He's gonna have
champion
some saggy balls.
Alan Jones. 1980 champion Alan Jones, last Australian world champion. 96 world champion Damon Hill.
Oh, all right.
Fuck, marry, kill. Go.
I'm gonna kill AJ.
Yeah.
I think the other two are just too nice.
Yeah, I agree. AJ's a bit of a cunt.
Yeah. I'd love to have AJ on the podcast. I don't think he's going to say that.
Oh, no, go back 10
After.
seconds. Oh, he's a wonderful guy. Go back 10 seconds.
But in this is a fuck, marry, kill. I got to kill someone.
So it's unavoidable.
Has to be, you
have to.
You can't kill Jackie Stewart. He's
You
a fucking
can't.
international treasure.
You can't kill him.
Damon Hill is a treasure.
He's a treasure. He
Alan
is.
Jones is forgotten about.
So who are you
Drunk.
gonna fuck?
Deaf.
Who are you gonna marry?
I am going to fuck Jackie Stewart.
Would you have the pipes of Scotland
I'd
playing in
lift
the
up his
background?
kilt
Oh,
and gently
yeah.
ride him.
Hit you with your haggis, with your mighty haggis,
Yep. You think
with your meat
You think you've
sausage.
had some dodgy meat in your time, Jackie? Try this. And I'll marry Damon Hill.
Yeah,
So I
good
think
choice.
you have a bit more of a longer life
Good choice.
than Jackie.
Well, Luke, I've got to say, it has been just wonderful to be with you for this entire season. I'm sorry for the interruptions with the birth of babies, and that's just been a slight inconvenience at times. You've had to solo podcast, but having those solo podcasts rated well, haven't they rated well with the downloads? Luke? No, they have really.
No, they didn't.
They didn't.
I think one I deleted really quickly
Yeah.
after the necessary people, our true hardcore fans, got to listen.
Yeah.
And then it was a goodbye to that. But the second one was better. Third one,
How many did you do solo
I did
podcasts?
3.
Yep.
was 3.
So I apologise, but I won't be having any babies next year, Luke, I promise. Getting the snip. So I'll be back on board. You and me, let's do it again with a lot more celebrities. Maybe the Water Duck. Maybe your mum hosting. And Dan Ricciardo. We'll get Dan on the podcast. And a lot more. Sebastian Vettel's back. Kimi Räikkönen's back. Looking forward to it, 2020.
You need to work on your Nicholas Latifi
I do.
accent.
Yeah, how does that go?
I don't know, he's Canadian. Just be boring and talk about hockey.
Yeah. That's
All right.
Stroll. Like a Stroll voice. Hey, thanks, Luke.
Keep it clean.
You too, mate.
I don't understand.
No, me neither. Hold me. Oh, you smell the way a man should smell. I love this burqa. It's so comfy. Okay.
Perfect summer dress.
All right, I can feel your hand now.
That's not my hand.
Oh,
It's your
God.
hand.
Oh, my God. Feels so right.
Is this happening?
This is really happening, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are we doing this?
Mm.
Oh, God, we're doing this.
Why are you eating Mum's food right now? Wait till we finish.
The lamb was delicious. Ah, that's Peter. Producer Pete on the piano. Nice one, Pete. This gives us an idea. Let's sing a song about this season.
Have we got a song?
Yeah, this one here. Can you hit the synth? The
I'll start the
synthesizer?
synth.
I might get Kenny G on the saxophone. I might play the
Thanks
triangle.
for coming along, Kenny.
All right, Kenny. Everyone, shall we do this?
Yeah.
Beautiful, Pete. Bring it home.
What's your favourite part of the season?
Charles Leclerc was pretty good.
Yeah.
Renault being so shit. What was yours, Luke?
This right now.
This song from our forthcoming album, which will be released next year. We'll have a song for every driver next year, 2020. Here we go. You ready, guys? There's a place on the coast, and it's known for its great drugs. You'll take them and forget about tomorrow. And if you really try, there's some hookers you can buy In this place, you'll feel lighter and they swallow. There's ways to get there if you're coming for the GP. It's a perfect place for a motor race. Effing one, make F1 great again. For you and for me and every F1 race. There are people trying to stop this podcast happening, but we'll never stop for you and for me. That's right, Luke. We're never going to stop this podcast.
Never going to stop.
You can't make us stop.
No.
That's just a small sample of what to expect in 2020.
Yeah.
If you like that, if that rocks your boat,
Tickles your fancy.
I'm sure you'll be back for more in 2020.
Because we'll be there.
There's a lot more where that came from. Goodbye.
Bye.